What's good? What's good? We live. I'm gonna shout out a couple people real quick. Shout out to James Julius, 1,000 subs with no videos challenge. Kid, Rich, times NGL, Biggie Smalls. What's up, man? Dora Gunner. So I got my man's Redskins Bay 21. He's an elite channel member. He supports the channel big time. So shout out to him, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Say what's up, man.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I always start off my streams asking people, you're an OG, so you've seen a lot with the Redskins. You've seen a lot with the Wizards, too. I love that hat, man. Big Wizards fan. So
thanks, bro.
You already know. So what made you become a Redskins fan?
I tell you, Ed, I was here since 1980, man. I was born in '69, and I always played football. And I always loved running backs. Earl Campbell, Larry Zonka was my favorites. And then when we got John Riggins, and I said, shit, man, it's home. So in 1980, I was a little kid. I went on and made the Redskins my team, and I never stopped loving them, man. I want to fight them, but I never stopped loving them. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And what was your best moment being a Redskins fan? Because I know you got to see the Super Bowls. You got to see all three of them.
Oh my God. I love the John Riggins one where he dragged the safeties from Miami into the end zone. That was great. But that Doug Williams one, that did it for me. I mean, like, we were on Pennsylvania Avenue, and you just saw this city erupt like never before. 91 was the best Super Bowl win we ever had. But that 87 one, oh my God. We were on light poles, everything. We were going crazy. Ronald Reagan was the president during the time. And of course, that's when I know everybody don't like Ronald Reagan, and I know I'm liking him for the wrong reason, but that's when I was selling drugs back then. But we won the Super Bowl, man, and it was just everything to us. Everything. This city never rejoiced. Like, you got a small glimpse of what it's like with the RG3 that 1 year.
Yeah.
Imagine that times 5 winning the Super Bowl. Oh my God. We had our fan base extended from North Carolina to Pennsylvania. That's how deep we was. And we had a small stadium. I'm talking about, like, you couldn't, all that garbage they doing, filling our stadium up with all these other fans from other teams. They couldn't get in our house. We made sure we disrespected them before they even thought about coming in there. Oh man, the chief, he would say, crank that diesel up. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna stop it. Let me go ahead, because I'm getting excited again, man.
I love it. I love to hear about the old times. A lot of people joke on us because we haven't won a ring in a while, but I love to hear those moments and relive it, man. Cruising 26. Thank you for the donation, man. He said Ed was born in '94. He wasn't alive then. I wasn't born in '94, but yeah, I wasn't born. I wasn't alive to see those rings. So that's why I love to hear the old, stories about Redskins. I love reliving it. Ready, Red, I see you laughing too. You're a Cowboys fan, so y'all haven't seen nothing in a long time either. So, I don't know what you're doing laughing right now.
We used to trash them. They couldn't even, that stuff they doing now, gathering up in our stadium, man, they knew not to even come near, because we hated them. And that was a serious rival then. They could not come in our stadium. You probably saw, like, maybe out of 45,000 fans, you saw about 100 of them.
Right.
That's about it. They couldn't come in our house? Nah, we don't play that. DC got a name for a reason. Right. Yes, sir.
Right. Not in RFK. We was not playing that, But shout out to Pedro Smith. I see Philly Talk podcast in here. He's an Eagles fan. That's my guy. I went live with him last week. Shout out to AM Hunter. He's a channel member. Shout out to JB Hardy. And shout out to Sports Expert 101. What's going on, man? What's going on? So this stream this week, like I said, I'm having my elite channel members on. My man Redskins Bay 21. He's an elite channel member. So another question I got for you, because everybody who subscribed to my channel, a lot of people I talk to, they always say this is the first Ed Oliver video that I watched. A lot of people say the DJ Swearinger was the first video that they saw me do. What was the first video that you saw me do that made you decide to subscribe, that you remember?
Me?
Yeah.
Ed, the first one. Come on, Ed.
Mm.
The very first one, and I love it, and I'm hurt because when you did the Josh Dawson trash can, man, I fell in love with that. That's when I said I got to subscribe. You wild like I am. I'm like, God damn, he said, I got Josh Dawson right here. I said, man, that was it for me, Ed. I was watching you, but that's when I really started watching you.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
it. You sold me on that one.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
sold me on that one. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know, y'all. He really pissed me. I know he pissed a lot of fans off because he was our first round pick. I remember that, and I'm happy
Hmm.
he's gone. I'm happy we got Terry McLaurin and we got Steve Sims. We got better players in right now. So, but where's your head on this team, this roster right now? What's your record prediction for this team and for 2020?
If there is a season,
Hmm.
I think the floor is 6-10,
Okay.
but I believe the ceiling is 11-5. And the only reason I say it's 11-5,
Hmm.
we'll have better coaching. They'll be scheming. They'll actually be scheming, and
Hmm.
we're going to have an identity, and that defense is going to hunt. We're not going to have our pass rushers sitting back and no pass coverage or nothing like that. Them
Hmm.
dudes going to go eat.
Right.
So I truly believe 11-5
Hmm.
is close. I mean, I say 6-10 because I want to shut down my ego because I
Right.
know how I get. I get to talking like I disrespect people, and so like I couldn't have been on that show with you and Joe Boo and them. Oh, I would have went off on all them because I wanted us to play the New York Smurfs the first time. That's what I wanted to play. I didn't want to play the Smeagol's. I didn't want to play the Cow Turds. I wanted to play the Smurfs. Because Daniel Jones pissed me off. He gonna sit there and say they asked him a question. He answered it. He ain't did nothing wrong. He said what was it? They said what was the easiest defense he faced? He said the Washington Redskins. I want to
Yeah.
hurt that dude, Mister
Mm.
Fumble, Mister Turnover Machine. I want him bad, man. God, I want him.
Yeah. Danny fumbles, man. He played our defense. Our defense, like everybody was hurt. Josh Norman didn't play. I'm happy
Yes,
Josh
sir.
Norman didn't play, but everybody was hurt. And Minuski's
Yes,
a
sir.
terrible coordinator. Ryan Kerrigan was hurt. Nobody played in that game.
Mm.
The whole secondary was hurt. But
Yes, sir.
I'm kind of happy we
Mm.
lost because we got Chase. But yeah, we owe the Giants one. I got us beating the Giants one time this year. So how do you think we're gonna do against the NFC East this year?
I think this is what I think. I think we're going to split with the Smurfs. I mean, we're going to split with the Smeagol's. We're going to sweep the Smurfs. That's how I feel. The Cow Turks is always going to be a battle, but if we can get them the first game, we're
Mm-hmm.
going to go down in Arlington, Texas,
Mm-hmm.
and roll them. I truly believe it. We will. So I got us losing one game in the division. That's probably against the Smeagol's.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I know Thanksgiving in Dallas, they love to cheat us. They always Jerry's paying the refs, Jerry's partying with the refs the
Hmm.
night before and whatnot. So it's gonna be a tough one on Thanksgiving. I got us splitting with everybody. I got us beating the Eagles one time. I got us beating the Giants one time. Beating the cow turds. Shout out to JB Hardy. I got us beating the cow turds one time at home, and
Hmm.
then Thanksgiving they're gonna cheat us somehow. So I know everybody heard the news about Ryan Anderson. How do you feel about because there was a report saying that we should trade Ryan Anderson if we can. Do you think we should keep him or let him go since we have a lot of guys on defense right now?
I don't think we're going to be able to afford him because they're going to give him enough opportunities before that trade deadline, and
Mm-hmm.
somebody's going to probably come whistling along. I don't think we'll get a first round pick, but at best, I think we'll get a second round pick, which is what we picked him at. And if he's showing off, because he finished the season strong,
Mm-hmm.
and here's a team that you're going to get, you get enough time, and he get a couple of sacks, and be like, oh, dang, well, I can use him.
Mm-hmm.
And he nice. He a core player. I
Mm-hmm.
think we're going to end up trading him before the trade deadline. I do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel you on that. Pedro, yes, I did see what Ryan Anderson said. He said if you can remember your grandkids' names by the time you're done playing, you didn't play the game right. So I understand there's a
Hmm.
lot of concussions and a lot of head banging and all that. So I get it. I get it. Ryan Anderson is a crazy guy. He's an Alabama guy.
Yeah.
I think he's going to end up staying. There's not a lot of room right now. He is a linebacker, but since we got a lot of guys on defense, it's getting real crowded. I think at best probably like a fourth, fifth round because he didn't really play a lot. He didn't get a lot of opportunities. I think Jack Del Rio, he's going to be a lot better though next year coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And there's people who saying we should trade Ryan Kerrigan. How do you feel about that?
I don't want to trade him,
Mm-hmm.
but I think as the season progresses
Mm-hmm.
and he start gaining some momentum,
Mm-hmm.
I honestly believe we're not going to get no less than the third, and I think the ceiling is a second. I
Mm-hmm.
just think that this dude he has what it takes. Remember, every linebacker that we release,
Mm-hmm.
what's his name? Uh,
Mason Foster.
went to Buffalo, both of them. No, not Mason Foster. We had what's his Alexander.
Yeah,
He went to
Lorenzo
Boston. He
Alexander.
went to Buffalo. This man
Yeah,
became a Pro Bowler, a
right,
Racco. We released him, became a Pro Bowler.
right.
We have used those players for so long
Mm-hmm.
that I just truly believe that this dude got what it takes to be in the league for a long time. He
Mm-hmm.
reminds me not with the nastiness, but he reminds me of James Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah,
yep.
definitely. I mean,
Hmm.
but I think we should keep Ryan Kerrigan. I know he's going to break the sack record. He's going to break Dexter Manley's record. But
Hmm.
I think we should definitely keep Ryan Kerrigan. I think he's still, even though we're going to have Montez Sweat and Chase Young, it's going to be even nastier with all those guys up front. I mean, it's
Yeah, I
going to
think
be
we're gonna. I think we're gonna keep him. I think he gonna retire here. I honestly believe.
mm-hmm.
I believe, but Anderson, he's gone.
Right, right. Yeah, I
Yes,
can
sir.
see right. I think we're gonna keep him. I could definitely see him leave. I can see both sides happen. I really can. I can see both sides happening.
Yes, sir.
So, how do you feel about Dwayne Haskins? A lot of people have different opinions on him. I've been supportive of Dwayne Haskins. How do you feel about Dwayne Haskins going into next year?
I love him.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly do. And the things that he proved to me in the off season, he
Mm-hmm.
lost weight and he humbled himself.
Mm-hmm.
He came in. Remember when he drafted it, he didn't come in hungry to play that book. And I
Mm-hmm.
understand why. You had a coaching staff that didn't want you.
Mm-hmm.
And now he came in, he lost weight, and he's eager to get. He wants to learn, and he wants to show that he's not just a regular quarterback. And I think he wants to show that he's the second best quarterback in this league this year if he stay on the pace that he is with now. I love him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like him a lot too, and I
Yes, sir.
know he had a
Mhm.
rough start. He had a coaching staff that didn't really want him there. They threw him in the second half, threw a
Mhm.
couple interceptions here and there. But when they got a new coaching staff in, they fired the previous coach. He started playing a lot better.
Mhm.
7 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. Had a good chemistry with Terry McLaurin. He had a nice run. He actually had a couple of good runs. He surprised me. He was a lot
Yes, sir.
faster than what a lot of people thought. So
Yes,
I'm,
sir.
I'm excited to see him lose 10 pounds and come back and play. So I'm excited. So who who do you have starting? Because we're gonna talk about the starters for the offense and defense. Who do you think is
Mhm.
gonna start on the offensive side? I guess we'll start with the offensive line. Who do you think is gonna start on the offensive line?
Right now, I'm gonna go with Sadiq Charles at left tackle. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna go with Wes Martin at left guard.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Rouye at
Mm-hmm.
center.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Sheriff, and then Morgan Moses.
Okay.
My tight end, uh, uh, man, I'm a hurt myself for this one. I'm I really love this dude, man. Jeremy Sprinkle, man. I love him when he was in August. God damn, man. I'm trying to Arkansas win. I'm trying to really be patient with this motherfucker, man. My fault, Ed. I'm trying to be patient with him, man.
You good? You good?
Jeremy Sprinkle. I
Uh,
think it's gonna be Steven Sims in the slot. Of course, Terry McLaurin.
right.
Kelvin Harmon is going to be a beast,
Mm-hmm.
but if that boy Antonio Golden Gandy
Mm-hmm.
gets out there and
Mm-hmm.
show off in preseason, he's going to be coming behind him. So I'm going to go with Antonio Golden Gandy.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm going with AP,
Mm-hmm.
Adrian Peterson,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and Haskins.
Okay. So you got Sprinkle starting at tight end. That's interesting. Because like you said, being patient with Jeremy Sprinkle is really hard. It's really hard. He's almost getting as bad as Josh Dawson with dropping the football. And then
Can you
how do
hear
you
me,
feel?
Ed?
Yeah, I can hear
Damn,
you. I can
what's
hear you.
wrong with this phone?
Yeah, he's almost as bad
All right.
as Josh Dawson dropping the football. So
Ed, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? You hear me now?
Ed.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Here we go with this wild ass phone.
You hear me? All right, so he's having a little bit of technical difficulty. He's going to come back in. Ready Red, the Cowboys fan, he said, "Sprinkle me, baby." Shout out to Kev for the donation. He said Haskins won't be good if they can't protect him. Yeah, I agree. It's a lot is up to Pedro. Yeah, I know. You guys can hear the both of us. He should be back in pretty soon. He's just going to work out some technical difficulties. There's actually another guy who was supposed to be on tonight too because he's an Elite Channel member as well. If you guys want to be featured on the show, it's once a month. We're going to be doing a live stream once a month with Elite Channel members. Once a month for about an hour. You know my streams are always an hour on Tuesday nights. So, but to get back to Kev's statement, yeah, Haskins won't be good if they can't protect him. You're right about that. Sadiq Charles is a rookie at left tackle. Sports Expert 101, he said sign Jason Peters. That is an option. The only thing is that Jason Peters has the same agent as Trent Williams. So there's bad blood there. There's a lot of bad blood there. So I don't know if that's going to happen. I would love for that to happen. I would love to bring back Jason Peters. I would love to bring in Jason Peters or somehow, possibly bring back Donald Penn. That wouldn't be an option. That wouldn't be a bad option, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens. But the offensive line, it is a big concern. It is a big concern. Sadiq Charles is a rookie. And Sadiq Charles is a rookie. Chase Rouye, he's not bad. Losing Eric Flowers is a big loss, in my opinion. And Brandon Sheriff's really good. And Morgan Moses is questionable. He's questionable. He has a lot of penalties.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, we got my man back. So, yeah, where do we left off at the tight end. You said you got Jeremy Sprinkle starting at tight end. Okay. So,
yes, sir.
About that one, yeah, he's really pissed. He's pissed us all off. He's pissed me off pretty bad. But yeah, let me read some of the comments too. I see some people laughing in here. They said, Pedro Smith said, "I love this guy." Talking about Redskins Bay. Vlad M said, "This dude's smart and hilarious." He's a channel. He's an Elite Channel member. That's why you gotta be top tier. You gotta be top tier. So about the tight end position, yeah, Jeremy Sprinkle starting. That probably could happen. Richard Butler says, I was about to ask you, how do you feel about Thaddeus Moss, Randy Moss's son?
Say that again.
How do you feel about Thaddeus Moss?
Say that again, Ed.
Yeah, how do you feel about Thaddeus Moss, Randy Moss's son?
I love Thaddeus. I really do. And I hope his foot is better for number one because he can block and he's a pure route runner. He's not the fastest. I can't say it right now, but he kind of like remind me of a Jason Witten.
Okay.
The slowest guy, but always wide open.
Right.
And I think Thaddeus will fight hard. I think he got it in him. And if he makes his roster, it's going to be hard to not keep him on the field.
Right. How do you feel about
yes, sir.
Hale Hinches, the other tight end?
Hale Hinges, I love him. I love Hale Hinges.
Mm-hmm.
I really do.
You still there? Shout out to AM Hunter.
This Joker really, I got high hopes for him. Like with Jordan Reed, not with the athleticism, but just what he can bring to the table. I just think that Sprinkle is the guy for me. But if Thaddeus Moss makes a team, chances are he will be starting.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right. I think Thaddeus Moss definitely could start. Probably not week 1, but and then the other guy, Logan Thomas. How you like Logan Thomas? A lot of people are hyping up Logan Thomas. A lot of people think Logan Thomas can start and get probably like 400, 500 yards this
year. It's tough with Logan Thomas because he's been on some of the wildest teams. Like he's been with Detroit. That wasn't a team that was a real team that had anybody that needed to focus on. And now he's coming here. He will never be the focal point. So to me, I think if he makes the team, he's the third tight end. I think we're probably going to carry 4 tight ends. I know Hale Hinges is going to be one of them.
Okay.
I'm praying that Sprinkle do me right. If not, I'm gonna have to go find him. I love Thaddeus Moss, and I want the best for him.
Right.
But Logan, that's a wait and see for me. I mean, I know he's a homer. Everybody like him from B-Tech, and I'm a Syracuse man. No disrespect. I know you like GT in Maryland. I don't. We'll have another. Me and you'll have to talk about why I don't mess with none of the college teams up here in DC. But I just hope the best for him. I do. I'm really pulling for Jeremy Sprinkle. I really like this dude, man. And I saw something with him in Arkansas that made me believe that when we drafted him, he was going to be special with us. And hopefully he turns around. I love to see Thaddeus make the team. I think Hell Hendricks is going to be. I know Hell Hendricks is going to be on the team because he's a route runner. He reminds me of Clint Didier. It's just that we didn't have the staff to really bring the best out of him. So Logan Thomas, that's a guy I'm on the borderline with.
Right.
Yes, sir.
I agree. I think Ron Rivera loves Logan Thomas and Scott Turner love Logan Thomas. I just got to see it because, like you said, he was on Detroit, didn't really do much. He had 16 catches for 100 yards. His whole career, he's been pretty, done nothing in my opinion. He was a quarterback in college, and I am a Virginia Tech football fan, so I understand. But it's a whole transition. I honestly like Hale Hinchins better than Logan Thompson. I like Thaddeus Moss.
Yes, sir.
Thomas. Those are my two favorite tight ends on the roster. But shout out to A.M. Hunter. He has the funniest picture. We all know what that picture is. Dallas sucks. We know what's going on with
Love him.
Shout out to him. He's a channel member as well. Shout out to my man A.M. Hunter. Thank you for the donation. He said, "What's up, fellas? Seattle and B more desire AP trade." I haven't heard that one. Have you heard that rumor?
Yeah, it came across earlier today.
Really?
It came across, and they said that they have interest in getting him. And I feel some kind of way with the Antonio Brown thing. I do now, and the only reason I do is because we've had a front office and a coaching staff that's been a joke for so long. And you got to have somebody that can deal with that type of ego. Ron said it. He want to deal with the young guys. But I think once training camp get going, if AB is back, back in the league, and we're not getting that push that we need to get in training camp, I think Ron may push the button on him. I think he's the coach to be able to coach this brother. And according to Dwayne Haskins, he worked out with him. So if there's somebody to put on the other side of Terry McLaurin and open that run game up and run deep into somebody's ass, it's him. It is him. And you talk about Sims running loose. AB you're gonna have to put two people over there with him. He runs the harder route, and Terry, that daggone McLaurin, that Mercedes McLaurin we got. Oh man, man! If Haskins can hit these dudes, hit him like he was hitting them in college. Oh my God, I'm not even gonna get myself excited about this, but go ahead. I'm gonna leave it alone, sir.
That. So A.M. Hunter, he said AP. I thought he meant Adrian Peterson, but I did hear about the Antonio Brown rumor. I'm not on the Antonio Brown train because you just can't trust him. He's always getting in trouble. So I know when he comes back, he's supposed to get suspended. I want to say it's about 5 to 8 games he's supposed to be suspended because of the incident he had with the truck driver, the assault charge and allegations and whatnot. So I don't know, but he would. If you're playing Madden, I would do it. But in real life, it would be crazy though. It would be lit because Terry McLaurin and Antonio Brown. I know that would be a crazy.
Lord have mercy.
I get that. But the thing is, Antonio Brown, you just can't really trust him. So A.M. Hunter, he said AP, fellas. I didn't hear anything about Adrian. I did hear about Antonio Brown, but I did not hear about Adrian Peterson. And shout out to Charles Mitchell. He just became a channel member. Shout out to him. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate you, man. I try to treat my members right, man. I'm telling you. So I got the OG on, Redskins Bay on. The people love him. They're saying that you should start your own YouTube channel, man.
No, hey, brother. If it's with you, I'm doing it. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and stay in my space.
All right. So we'll shift to so offense. You said Adrian Peterson would start a running back. How do you feel about Darius Dice and Bryce Love and all the other guys that are on the roster?
I've been a Darius Geis fan since he was at LSU sitting behind Fournette. I fell in love with Love, and I just knew we would never get him. And when we drafted him, I was like, oh my God, if this dude and Geis is on the team, we're looking at, this is me. I know you probably don't remember it, then you probably do. I'm looking at Thunder and Lightning with Bo Jackson and Marcus Allen. That's the expectations I have of them too. Adrian Peterson, he is just dependable. As the game goes, he goes. So I would love for him to be my starter. And the only reason being is I want to wean Geis in. You know, I want to make sure he's healthy. And if Love is healthy, you could put Geis and Love in that backfield at the same time. And you're going to pick your poison. If you're going to play the run, or you're going to risk the chance of one of them catching that screen and taking it to the house.
Right.
So, I mean, and then God damn, I'm trying not to talk about these dudes that we drafted, man, but that young kid we drafted in the 3rd round, man, this dude remind me of Le'Veon Bell, man. He really do.
I do.
Lord have mercy. He can run it, and he can get out in the slot, or he can play the X. I'm like, man, are you serious? We got this type of weapons on the team, and I think maybe if Love or Geis isn't ready to go this year, and they'll be set down for the slim that we drafted in that 3rd round. Oh my God, man. You won't miss a beat. You won't miss a matter of fact. You're going to wish that this dude, we didn't draft him, because I think he is the fire that we need. I really do. Yes, sir.
No, you're 100% spot on. Antonio Gibson was a heck of a pick, and I didn't know who he was because, you know, we don't really watch Memphis. I don't know if you watch Memphis college football, but I didn't really watch it like that. Next thing you know, I see every highlight, and the guy's taking it to the house, like 90-yard kickoff returns, 100-yard kickoff returns, you know, screen passes, running out of backfield, catching the football. The man's doing everything.
Hey, you're going to make me hit a goddamn another shot of Hennessy, man. God damn.
Dilly, man. Dilly. You should have. Yeah, there you go.
Bro, God damn, you getting me excited, man. I'm trying not to get excited because I think it's a 70 to 30% chance that we have a season. And then I'm like, I've always, since we've had Snyder, the first 15 years, I've been excited. Oh man, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And we end up failing us. And like, I'm thankful that we had Jay Gruden. I'm not a fan of this clown, but we would not be in this position right now if it wasn't for him being the jackass that he is. They asked him a question in the press conference.
Oh yeah.
I got to go look back at the film. What the fuck you got to look at the film? You sitting right there watching what we watching. Why do you got to keep looking at the film? Ed, I know it bothered you. I know it did because I was like, if I catch him on the street somewhere in Virginia, I'm gonna knock him smooth out.
Well, you know, you saw him in the club. He was smoking the J. You know, Jay was smoking the J. You saw that video.
If I could have caught this dude, man, like I'm of that old school stuff, man. Like I'm not used to this. I'm not used to it. Like to lose the way we've been losing and been mismanaged from the owner on down. Jack King Cook, Ed, you got to do a segment on Jack King Cook. You have to. This man owned the Kings, the Lakers, and the Redskins, and all of them won.
Yeah.
This dude knew what it took to win.
Right.
He knew what it took to win, and I don't think Daniel Snyder is smart enough because he's following that mummy in Arlington, Texas, Jerry Jones. I don't think he get it, man. Like the blueprint was there for you. Why are you following Jerry Jones?
Right.
This man don't know how to win like this, like Jack King Cook did. All I can say is, Ed, please, for the fans, especially our younger generation, get that information out, man, because I talk to some of the younger generation, man, they don't know this stuff.
Right.
They don't. And we need that. We do. See, like it gives me hope. It do. I work construction, and I got 5 kids, 4 grandkids, and a crazy wife. So at the end of the day, I'm dealing with them.
Yeah. Hey, happy belated Father's Day, man. Happy belated.
Man, same to you, brother. Same to you, brother. Yeah. So Ed, I just feel some kind of way. Like I think we finally get it now. I think Daniel Snyder get it. I really do. And I know I'm a little bit off topic, but that's just so much that's bottled up in me, man. Like, it's like we're talking about the college teams out here.
Mm-hmm.
One day you and I gonna have it. I hope you do a college segment. I want to be, because I'm a lifetime member, so you can't lose me.
Oh
you
yeah,
can't.
yeah.
You can't lose me. Even if you tried, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna send Donald Trump to your house, and I don't like him, so you'll come outside.
No, we definitely. Yeah, I'm praying that we have a season. I'm praying that we have college basketball and all that stuff. I was devastated when they canceled the March Madness and the tournament. I was devastated. I didn't know what to do. I really didn't know what to do. I was because I like Maryland. Maryland had a good season, and Maryland was supposed to at least get to Sweet 16. So I was devastated when they canceled the March Madness.
Now,
But,
Ed, I mean to get off subject, but one of my gifts to you, brother, is going to be you going to a Maryland game. My best friend is Johnny Rose.
Okay.
And he played at Maryland. He's on that wall at the Comcast. And if I need some tickets, you say what game, you give me 2 weeks in advance, I got you, brother. I promise.
Thank you, man. Thank you, OG, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Because I love Maryland. And Len Bias, the anniversary of his death was rest in peace to Len Bias, man, who is gonna be better than Michael Jordan. A lot of people say that, and I believe that too. I watch highlights and stuff like that. Shout out to Joe Kent. He's leaving. Shut, man. It's crazy what happened to him. It's crazy what happened to him.
Yes, sir.
We'll definitely do a college basketball live stream or something. I got a Wizards live stream coming up too, because NBA is supposed to be coming back. I heard.
You already know, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna get to this donation real quick. Redskin 007, James Bond. Shout out to James Bond. He said HTTR hails to the Redskin. Let's go. I feel about hiring Jack Del Rio and our defense in general. 8-8 prediction for the season and a strong upside for next year. How you feel about that prediction, OG?
Man, I tell you, man, with Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera, if you get me to really tripping, I'm gonna say 16-0. I love it. That defense is going to be nasty. That defense is going to be just that nasty. And if we can get 17 points for that offense, a game, I don't see us losing a game in our division.
Right.
Yes, sir.
I believe you. I believe you on that. 8-8 prediction is a big upgrade from last year. 3-13 to 8-8 is really, really good. I love hiring Jack Del Rio because he was great with the Broncos. He was great with the Panthers. He was a good head coach with the Raiders. He was a good assistant with the Ravens. So everywhere he goes is a winning team. Even with the Jaguars, he won a good amount of games. So Jack Del Rio, he really could be a head coach, but he's an assistant coach. So him and Ron Rivera together is nasty.
Oh my God!
I think we have the best coaching staff in the NFC East. To be honest with you, I think we have the best coaching staff.
Yes, sir. My bad.
Oh yeah. Boston Stoner. Shout out to Boston Stoner. He says, how do I become a channel member? The way that you become a channel member is in the link description below. If the link should work, it's right below, and you hit join, you sign up. There's different levels that you see, whatever level you want to join. Like I said, if you do want to be in here with OG and other elite members, it's once a month. We do a stream for an hour. That's the top tier. So that's how you join. But what were you gonna say?
Well, no. Hey, Ed, I'm just gonna go ahead and continue to promote you. Joining this subscribing here. Oh man, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. Like, I fell in love with him calling Josh Dotson that trash can. Ed say some wild stuff every now and then. He'll say some wild stuff, but he always informative. So when you join, please join. I promote it on Instagram, everything. This is my guy. That's my dog. So I'm promoting Ed, Big Ed, the real Ed Oliver, not that clown in Buffalo. I'm talking about Ed Oliver in the DMV. My dog for life.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Ed Oliver, he's messing up my name, so.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, so you get cool emojis too. I see AM Hunter with the cool emojis. I see him with the cool emojis. Another question I have for you. We're gonna switch it to the defense. Who you have starting on the defensive side? Especially the tough part, it really is that defensive line. I know a lot of people say it doesn't matter because whoever you put out there is going to get it done. Whether it's Ryan Kerrigan, Montez Sweat, Chase Young, Ioannidis, John Allen, Deron Payne, one of them guys, they're all going to get it done. So who do you have starting in that defensive line in week one?
God dang, Ed, this has been bothering me since we hired Del Rio, because you got Ioannidis. He's averaging before he got that contract, he averaging almost 8.5, 9 sacks a season.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Jonathan Allen. He's staying healthy and he's getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Deron Payne, who is I think that's the animal on the defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're gonna do it that way, if you're gonna do Chase Young, Allen, Deron Payne,
Mm-hmm.
and then Ioannidis, you can sub in. I'm gonna have to go with Ryan Kerrigan, because I think they're going. He's that committed.
Mm-hmm.
He's that committed, and when you put him in, you can drop him in coverage, and you can send him. And I just don't think no one can actually stop that pass rush once you got that front five right there going.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, and then I know Thomas Davis is going to be starting. I got John Bostic being the other guy. And the only reason I say that is because Holcomb is still young, but I love him when he came out of North Carolina. He has the speed, he has the athleticism, and he's a great tackler. So I'm expecting John Bostic. I'm expecting Davis. And then my savers, of course, Sean Davis, the safety, Sean Davis, and that gangster who's going to probably be all pro this year, Landon Collins. And I'm in love with Fabian Moreau from UCLA, sir. When we got him, when we drafted him, I said we stole. Like we stole with Breland, like we stole with when we transferred Dunny into a corner. I think we stole with him. It just ain't been being misused. And Ronald Darby played with my son over at Potomac. I'm not that high on him and his injuries, but I got to put him in there just because of his athleticism. And of course, you know, we got to have the people's champ at the nickel. Of course.
Right. Yeah.
Jimmy Moreland. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got Kendall Fuller starting in corner, or
oh shit! I don't forget all of. God damn.
No, it's all good.
If we don't pay this man $40 million, not left his name out. God dang. Yeah, that's that Henny talking. Yeah, man, it's gonna be tough, man. It really is. But like you said, it's gonna be Kendall. Kendall is checking all slots, and I wouldn't be surprised if he playing a little bit safety, high safety. I wouldn't be surprised. So definitely, I'm gonna take the people's champ and put him down, and I'm gonna go here with Kendall.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Reddy Red said what happened with Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat, he's a Cowboys fan. Reddy Red's a Cowboys fan. Montez Sweat had 2 sacks against the Cowboys in that last game. I know we lost in that game, but he had 2 sacks, and he forced a fumble on Dak. So he had a good game on that. He had a good game against the Cow Turds.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So you have Ryan Kerrigan, who's an OG, the captain, starting. And Montez Sweat will come off the bench. And then, of course, Chase Young is going to start. There's just no way Chase Young is going to come off the bench. But Ronald Darby, he's a local guy. That's real cool. Your son played with him. He is a local DMV guy. We got a lot of local guys on the team. We got a lot of DC, Maryland. Sean Davis is from Maryland as well. So we got a lot of Maryland, DC guys on the team. So I do like that starting 4. I like Ryan Kerrigan, Montez Sweat. Ryan Kerrigan, Chase Young, Ioannidis, and what's his name, Jonathan Allen, another captain. And a lot of people are not going to like it, but Deron Payne, he might, because Matt Ioannidis, he almost made the pro. He did make the pro. He's like an alternate, kind of made the pro last year. So I think that Ioannidis is going to start over Deron Payne. That's the surprise that I think is going to happen. And of course, your cornerbacks would be Kendall Fuller in the slot, and what's his name, Darby, and Fabian Moreau, and then maybe the people's champ, like you said, maybe Jimmy Moreland might start on defense. He might beat out Darby. We'll see what happens with that. And then, like you said, Sean Davis and Landon Collins, of course, who should be a Pro Bowler this upcoming season. Thomas Davis, John Bostic, and how do you feel about Reuben Foster? You think he's going to be ready for Week 1, or how do you feel about it?
He is the key to everything. He really is, and because he can't stay healthy, I just can't put him. I can't put him out there. If he's healthy, it's him and John Boston. think Davis comes off the bench. I think it's him and Bossy. Reuben Foster, you can do anything with him. You literally can do anything with him. And because of that defensive line, I just truly believe if you get past that defensive line, that means you're moving sideways. And if you're moving sideways, Reuben Foster get ahead of you. He's trying to eliminate parts of his body onto you. So, God dang, man, I think this is it for him. I do. If he cannot be healthy, I think we're going to release him probably like in the middle of the season.
Yeah. I could see that happening, and then Bryce Love might not be ready for Week 1 either. That's the crazy thing about it. Reuben Foster, his injury happened in March, so it's been over a year now. Bryce Love, his injury happened in December 2018, and he still hasn't been cleared to play. So those are two guys that really, like you said, could be the keys to this team. If Bryce Love is healthy,
Lord have mercy.
Reuben Foster is healthy. I mean, that would be nasty. That would be
Lord help him.
We got an Eagles fan in here. He said, I bet y'all don't get 100 rushing yards Week 1. We'll see about that. I definitely got us beating the Eagles Week 1. I definitely got y'all. I got us beating the Eagles Week 1. So I think we're going to surprise the Eagles. Alex Smith is in the chat. Shout out to Alex Smith. Did you watch the Alex Smith documentary where they showed him running on ESPN?
Lord have mercy. Man, I commend that brother for what he did, man, and how he came through it. That's a mental thing he had to deal with first. He had to deal with it mentally because he was not accepting being in a boot or cast or having a half a leg for the rest of his life. Right. So that part right there, mentally, he got through it. And then to see him actually running around, I don't think he'll ever play again, but I just think that right there says a lot about this guy. And if he can convey that part to this team about not giving up, like especially when you're down, Ron Rivera, he's gonna get in there and cuss you out at halftime. But don't get down on yourself. Stay focused, stick to the plan. And he stuck to the plan. And man, to see Alex Smith standing right now and moving around, that's a blessing, man. I applaud him for that. He don't ever have to play again. He's to me, he's a forever core Redskin to me. He only played 1 year with us.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy because I was thinking the day earlier, we were 6-3 when Alex Smith was doing his thing. He was a game manager. He wasn't doing anything crazy, but you're not turning over the football. You're not turning over the ball like Mark Sanchez and terrible Case Keenum.
Yeah.
So you're just managing a game. We were 6-3. We beat the Cowboys. We beat the Giants. If he was healthy, we would have beat the Eagles at least once, and we would have made the playoffs. So it's crazy. It's crazy how things worked out. Shout out to Juan Gotti, talking sports.
Juan Gotti, my man.
Yes, sir. Make sure you guys sub him up. He said, "Man, this guy is great." Talking about, oh my God, OG Redskins Bay 21. AM Hunter, he said, "What's your name or channel?" Redskins Bay 20. He doesn't have a channel.
No, man. If I am, it's gonna be with Ed. So look on Ed page if I'm with it.
All right. So my next question for you, what are your expectations for Chase Young? Like how many sacks do you think he's gonna have, and how do you feel his career is gonna go? Do you think he's? And I know it's so early to say, and I remember there are some people who say if Chase Young is not as good as Reggie White, then they think that's a failure.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? You think you have those kind of expectations for him to be like a Dexter Manley or the next big thing?
Yeah, and then I think, and I'm glad you said it because I think people forget that we had an animal, number 72, Dexter Manley, making counter quarterbacks cry, destroying Philadelphia Smeagol's running backs, and making Phil Simms wish that he didn't even wake up and play that game. We had a gangster, and I mean, of course, he dealt with his drugs and everything. That's what slowed him down. They blackballed him because I think in 7 or 8 seasons, he had like, I want to say 80 to 90 sacks, something like that. And that's crazy. And for Chase Young, I think the ceiling is this. He don't have a floor. He has a ceiling. And if I say, and to me, a failed season to me this year, if there is an NFL season, he can't have no less than 14 sacks. He's just that dominant because he does more than just sacks. He
Right.
strips the ball from the quarterback. He's very aware and he peeps out like Ryan Kerrigan, screens and running backs. I know that was on a college level, but this dude, every year he got better and
Mm-hmm.
better and better. And we've never had nobody on the Redskins in a Redskin uniform with that kind of hand technique. This guy has a hand technique that is stupid. And you can't just have that Tyrek Smith down with the cow turds and whose back is messed up and he get the chopping and moving. Man, Dak better be ready because Deron Payne, Matt Ioannidis, and Jonathan Allen don't like him. And you already saw what Montez Sweat did to him. So
Yes, sir.
can you imagine he chopping on him
Yes, sir.
and get to him that quick and flush him to the side? And oh my God, Landon Collins do me a favor and knock his ass out the game. Oh man, you talking about getting a rise? That's better than having sex to me. My fault, but that's how I feel. I think his floor is 14 sacks, and I think his ceiling is 20 this year if there is an NFL season.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I feel you. I feel you on that one, man. I remember the game where we had Alex Smith, where we were sacking Ryan Kerrigan, stripped Dak, and playing it in for an easy touchdown. You know, Greg Roman, we knocked out Dak, and I remember Tony Romo was commentating the game. He was like, Dak, he's done. He shouldn't come back in the game. We was knocking Dak, man. That was one of my favorite games recently. But yeah, no, you're right. Tyron Smith, he don't want that smoke with Chase Young. I'm telling you, Chase Young, Ryan Kerrigan, he's not gonna want that smoke. And their center retired. I forgot to say.
Yeah, Fredericks. Oh man, when that happened, Deron Payne probably said, "Man, please, somebody get me the number to that hotel room that Dak stay in, because I'm trying to go empty the clip on him."
Right. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the donation, Landry Balbin. He said I might be late. He all got making the running back room. Like I said, he has that dapper suit on. He had a dapper suit on in the last stream that I did for my birthday. That was on Sunday and Father's Day. He said I might be late. Who y'all got making the running back room?
I'm going with Adrian Peterson, man. Until Geis can show me that he can stay healthy, I'm going with Adrian Peterson.
Mm-hmm. Who do you have making the roster? Like, who do you have being cut? Because you know we got J.D. McKissick, we got Bryce Love, we got Adrian Peterson, Antonio Gibson, and Peyton Barber and Darius Guys. So we have 6 running backs, I think, right now.
Yeah, I think we're gonna keep 4 of them.
Keep 4.
I think it's 4. AP, Adrian Peterson, Love, and McKenzie. I think that's who it is. And the hybrid, like we did with Cooley when we had him as the H-back / tight end, I think that's going to be Gibson.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
So you got AP, Gibson, and Geis, right?
Yes, sir. And Love.
And Bryce Love. So you got J.D. McKissick getting cut and Peyton Barber getting cut.
No. I got Gibson making a team. I don't think he's going as a running back.
Oh,
I think it's going to be AP, Geis, Love, and McKenzie. That's what I think the 4 going to be.
McKissick, okay.
Yes,
so
sir.
You think Gibson's going to be a receiver? Because that makes things interesting. Because remember, they gave him number 24. So, he could be a wide receiver still. But I think they want him to be a running back.
Now, I got something for you, Ed. Now, I like the way that the Smurfs use Ingram. And just that he can't stay healthy.
Yeah, he can't.
If you put Gibson at that tight end, man.
Yeah.
I don't. He's big enough. I don't know. I'm asking you.
Yeah, they said Scott Turner, when you listen to some of his interviews, he said he's going to be everywhere. He's going to be tight end. He could be a tight end. He's going to be receiver. So he's going to be in motion and motioning out a lot. So you never know. He could be at the tight end position. Our tight ends, in my opinion, are not great. So, Antonio Gibson he could. A lot of people talk about Cam Sims being a tight end, but, Antonio Gibson could line up at that tight end position and be a huge, put him up against a linebacker, and he's going to make the linebacker top. He's going to make them dance.
Man, you might as well throw it down the road and go ahead and let him go score. Just throw it down the road.
Oh, man. So, but Landry, that was a good question about Landry. So my running backs I got to keep him 5. I got to keep him Geis, AP, Bryce Love, and Antonio Gibson. So that's 4. And then McKissick is 5. I got to keep 5 running backs in the wall.
Okay.
And then Peyton Barber's the only running back after getting cut at the moment. So Charles Mitchell, who's a channel member, shout out to him. He said, thank you for the donation, Charles. He became a member today, so shout out to my man Charles Mitchell. He said Chase has the it factor having Jack Del Rio coaching him is a bonus.
I agree with him. Remember, Jack Del Rio had his hands on some of the most elite pass rushers who ever played a game.
Mm-hmm.
He had Von Miller when he coached Denver. Then he turned around and had Mack in Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you're talking about, he knows how to use talent. And, man,
mm-hmm.
if Chase Young ceiling is Von Miller and his floor is Mack,
mm-hmm.
it's going to be some slow singing and flower bringing every Sunday.
I like that one. I like that one. Yeah, the sky's the limit for Chase Young. We already know what the Predator can do, man. 16 and a half sacks in college and was suspended 2 games. Who knows if he played those 2 games? Might have had 18, 20 sacks. So that's
yes, sir.
About it. So Julius Peppers a good comparison. Juan Gotti Talking Sports, that's a good comparison. Shout out to DMV Sports Zone. He's a channel member as well. Shout out to him. He has a YouTube channel as well. Make sure you guys sub him up.
Yes, sir.
He said, think Bryce Love will start on the pup list. JP Finlay did say that in his roster prediction, and that is a possible thing to happen. He said so. Adrian Peterson, Darius Geis, J.D. McKissick, and Antonio Gibson making a roster. So now I want to get to shout out to the kids ecstasy. Aha, he said Wizards will go back to making the second round. I believe you on that. Let's see here, but yeah, we'll get back to. So yeah, we'll talk about the wide receivers. We'll talk about the wide receivers now. So who do you have making a roster on the wide receivers? And it did get shout out to Brian Harden who said good stream, fire up some likes for our guy at all. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up on the stream. So now we all know what happened with Cody Latimer. We don't know what's gonna happen with him. You know, we don't know if he's gonna be innocent or whatever's gonna happen. But who do you think is gonna make the roster at the wide receiver position?
Wow, man, it's so loaded, man. I truly believe that Sims, the one we got from Alabama, he's off the roster. He's dropped too much. And if we still talk about potential, that means he ain't done nothing. So I think he's gone. I believe Steven Sims, he's making a roster. Of course, we know Scary Terry making a roster. Mm-hmm. We got Antonio Gundy, he's making a roster. Mm-hmm. I still believe in that crazy joker that we got from the Giants, man. And I think if the information is correct, with Lattimore, I would have done the same thing. You put your hands on my child in a mm-hmm. sexual way, you're lucky you're still alive. So mm-hmm. I think it's going to be him. And you got Calvin Harmon. I was high on him when he was in NC State. I honestly thought that he was going to go in the back of the first round, early second round. Mm-hmm. We got him in the 6th round, and we had a coaching staff that didn't know what to do with him. So I think he's our Mohamed Sanu. He's mm-hmm. the possession receiver I think that we've been waiting for. And of course, you got the hybrid and Gibson. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be 6 receivers, and God knows I want to keep Trey Quinn, man, because I really like him, man. I like him in a whole lot of ways. Meaning, he's the dirty job guy. Mm-hmm. He will go and run those routes, and he's gonna get messed up and get put out the game. But he's gonna run across that middle, and he's gonna catch it. So if I had to go with that. Those are the ones that I'm gonna keep.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Billy Massey. Thank you for supporting the channel, coming in the chat. He says, "How do you like Isaiah Wright? Have you watched any Isaiah Wright highlights at a Temple, the undrafted free agent?"
Yeah, I got to watch some of him mm-hmm. because of the division that he plays in, and I wasn't moved by him. Mm-hmm. But once again, you're looking at a different lifestyle. Say, for instance, you're looking at a lifestyle of a person living in the hood versus not living in the hood. Mm-hmm. This guy, he played living in the hood. He plays the lifestyle of living in the hood, but he's playing with a team that was more about character, more about discipline and grades. And that's great. But if you don't have that dog in you, you can't do it. So I like him, but I don't think he'll be on the roster. I don't.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you do, but you do have Trey Quinn making a roster.
Yeah, I really like this kid, man. He showed me some stuff, man. It's just that he can't stay healthy. But if he go across that middle, he catching it. You're gonna knock his block off, but he gonna catch it.
Yeah, I was a Trey Quinn supporter. I was a fan of him last year when we had Alex Smith.
Mhm.
And then we had Colt McCoy. He scored a touchdown on Thanksgiving. He had a good game here and there. But this last year with Haskins, he was very disappointing. With Case Keenum, he was a little disappointing as well. So
Mhm.
I really don't think Trey Quinn's gonna make the roster. I think actually he could. You never know. I think
Yes,
he
sir.
roster. Of course, Terry McLaurin. Of course, Steve Sims. Calvin Harmon. So that's three guys right there.
Mhm.
The fourth guy, of course, is Antonio Golden. So that's four.
Mhm.
And then you might have two more.
Mhm.
It's probably between if Cody Latimer is found innocent, he
Mhm.
probably won't make the team. So that's five. And then the last would be maybe Cam Sims, maybe Cam. But like you said, he's dropped a couple passes in preseason, so he kind of missed his opportunity because he dropped the ball a couple times.
Yes, sir.
He got injured the year before, so it's tough. But my five would be, like I said, McLaurin, Steven Sims, Calvin Harmon, AGG, and the last two are really toss up. So I guess I would go with it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I guess it is. It's hard. And Ron Rivera is going to try to have to make some tough decisions.
Yes, sir.
I'll probably go with I guess I would go with Cam Sims. I guess I would, or Isaiah Wright. One of those two. It would be tough. I really hope they have more of a preseason. And a lot of people will say they only want two preseason games, but I wish we could have all four because I think we need all four. I think Haskins needs as much practice as he can get. To be honest,
Mhm.
all rookies need as much practice as we can get. So I actually hope we have four preseason games. You
Okay.
know? Somebody said Billy Madison said, "What about Bryant and AB? You think they look at them being they're looking for reinstatement?" Bryant, I guess that's Martavis Bryant from the Steelers. Antonio Brown. We did talk about that. My guy Redskins made OG. He said he likes Antonio Brown. A lot of people like Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
He's just crazy off the field. That's the only thing
Yeah.
about Antonio Brown. So I don't know. Would you take a look at Josh Gordon if he was available?
Man, I'm done with Josh Gordon. I think what his potential, once again, we talk about potential. I mean, he ain't done nothing. He
Mm-hmm.
had a couple of great seasons in Cleveland. He
Mm-hmm.
has shown, he's flashed, but he continues to revert back like Randy Gregory. He won't stay off the weed, and then that stuff like it really irritates me because like you putting you before the team, and I know you joined the team, but at the end of the day, we
Mm-hmm.
got to win, and we can't win with you doing what you're doing. So that means you're holding up a roster spot, like with Jordan Reed, like with Josh Norman. These dudes holding up a roster spot. You're good, but you're just not there no more. And I
Mm-hmm.
just think that he's not there no more. Now, Martavius Bryant, I wouldn't touch him to save my life. I wouldn't. I thought they were talking
Yeah.
about Dez Bryant because I heard the news earlier that the San Francisco 49ers, they are interested in bringing in Dez Bryant, which is great. I don't want him or Martavius Bryant nowhere near the DMV. I'm
Uh,
already hesitant about AB because if he get up here and he get to hearing that go-go music, man, oh my God, man, that's gonna already turn him out. They talking about rough it off, man. That man really gonna get to going ham. So I mean, it's tough, man. And I know we want character guys, but we also need dogs. But we need dogs that's gonna put their egos to the side and be like, hold on, this is the team. While I'm on this team, I can't be doing dangerous stuff off the field and on the field.
mm-hmm.
And so I'm looking forward to us with the receivers we got. Like I said, I would welcome Antonio Brown only if Riverboat says that's what we want. That's
Mm-hmm.
the only way I would accept it. Other than that, I'm cool with what we got. I love what we got, and I just think that Haskins is ready to take the next step forward. And by them getting that backup quarterback from Carolina, who has up on him far as like the playbook,
Right.
he thrives off of competition. So this is only going to make his arrogance turn into something that is going to be special for us. And I don't want him to be like an Aaron Rodgers. I love Aaron Rodgers, but his arrogance sometimes turn players off and they don't want to play with him. But if he does what I think he's capable of doing, we could be looking at something serious, Ed. And I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to be minding my business because I already know you get the same stuff. Then I get the luncheon, and the rest of the Redskin family get the luncheon. And then we'll get to doing that stuff the Calter is doing. We're Super Bowl bound. We're contenders, and they're not contenders. How are you the only team in the division with the most talent outside of the New York Smurfs and you don't make it to the playoffs.
Right.
So I'm excited. I'm excited, and I think the fans, we ought to show great. We ought to stand great this year. I really do, brother. So I'm ready for whatever comes. The receivers that I said, those are the ones I want to go to war with, and I'm ready, man. I know I got my brother with me, my young goat with me. So
yes, sir.
Man, we're gonna tear this city apart if we have to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna be, even if they have no fans at the games, I'm gonna definitely be watching every game. I'm gonna be going live and whatnot, doing live reactions to the game. So it's gonna be lit. But like you said, I think we're building something nice. We got Terry McLaurin, we got Dwayne Haskins, that are Ohio State young guys with Chase Young. The offense is getting better. Darius actually healthy. So Calvin Harmon. There's some good stuff. So Reddy Red, yeah, he's coming at the Cowboys. He's coming at the Cow Turkeys. We talking about the Cow Turkeys. Let's see here. Let me see what the chat's looking like. But yeah, I forgot what other question I was going to ask you. Who do you think is going to be the most improved player next year? Who's going to be the breakout player next season?
If I have to pick two, one on defense and one on offense, I think the one is going to be Ryan Anderson. Okay. I really like him. And the other one would be Steven Sims. I think he's going to be the breakout because they misused this dude when they did that little flea flicker or whatever it was that around and gave it to him in the New England Patriots game, and he got missing, and he got a cut that I saw a little bit of Barry Sanders in him. When he cut, he made a dude move, and he didn't want to move. I'm like, man, this dude get that ball more in his hands. We talking about something serious, man.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, I agree because he looked like Dante Hall back from
Oh my God,
juking everybody. That's what Steven Sims was doing in the kick return game. It was
sir.
The Lions game, and he had a good return in a couple other games too. So I mean, he Reddy Red, yeah. Remember I know we lost that game against the Cowboys, but he had a nice catch. It was like a 5-yard catch. Next thing you know, he's off the races now for like 70 yards. So,
yes, sir.
I can't wait for seasons. Ryan Anderson was a beast too. He had a good game against the Schmeagles, like you say. He forced Carson Wentz to fumble. I love that. He had 4 sacks and 5 forced fumbles. So a couple of people, Billy Massey saying a breakout player would be Dwayne Haskins. Leon Swanson says Darius Geis and Dwayne Haskins will be the most improved players on the team. So I can see all those guys really improving. I can see Darius Geis improving if he gets healthy. So I can see there's a lot of guys that definitely could improve next year. So
yes, sir.
But I guess another question I have is what do you think about Jalen Ramsey next year? I don't know if that's really going to happen, but would you really try to overpay for him to bring him in next
year? If I was the Rams, I would have never made that move. The Rams made a mistake, and I love McVay. I truly do. That's another offensive coordinator we let get up out of there and do something special somewhere else. They should have kept C.J. Anderson. You were running the ball with a handicap.
Todd Gurley.
Yeah, Todd Gurley, and they ran the ball with efficiency, which helped Jared Goff out, and you gave him that big contract. So if you want to make up for that contract, you got to keep a run game. What they do is they go out. They gave 2 first-round picks and a second-round pick for a corner who I like. I really do. But to me, he doesn't put the team first. He deserves to go to a team like with the Bongos or the Browns. He need to be there because he needs to know what losing is like while getting paid, because he want the money, but yet and still he got missing. When they played the Smurfs last year. The year before last, when Jacksonville played the Smurfs. If Sheila Manning could have looked at Odell Beckham off the break, that man could have had 250 yards that game, plus 2-3 touchdowns. This guy is nice, but he's not that nice. When he saw that we paid Landon Collins $84 million, he said, "Oh, the price tag went up. because you just paid a box safety $84 million. You know what I'm going to ask for? Jacksonville got off on them when they did that. When they traded him, that was the best thing. And the Rams are going to be in trouble because they don't have the money to pay this dude this year or next year. They don't. And he said he don't want to be franchised. So what you going to do? You going to let him test the market? I hope that the Redskins don't look nowhere near him. We already got our own players, and I think we getting rid of all the headaches. Let him go on down there with Jerry World, or let him go somewhere else. Just don't bring him here. Right. I'd rather have Antonio Brown than him, because I know for a fact if Antonio Brown on the field, he's going to trash whoever it is. He's going to trash him, and he's going to tell you about yourself, why he doing it to you. Slim, he just going to keep talking. You talking, but you're getting burnt. And the people don't get that. Like, he's good at playing 15 yards and in. You get somebody like Odell Beckham, hell, I hate to say it, man, but Amari Cooper would trash him. Amari Cooper would trash him because he's a pure route runner. He's a pure route runner, and pure route runners get open immediately. And so if he get open immediately, that means that he's behind him. He's looking at his tail lights. So, like, I like him.
Terry McLaurin, too. I think Terry McLaurin.
I'm not even going to say anything about Scary Terry, because Scary Terry going to hit you. He going deep ball, going across the middle. He going comeback routes. He doing everything. Scary Terry going to trash him. Now, I'm reserved on Scary Terry because I want to see this. I want to see how well he produces this year. He don't have to have 1,000 yards for me. I just want to see that, okay, well, this is what he specializes in. This is what he do, because we know he can run. We know he can block in a run. We know he can run routes. We know he got the speed. But can it be consistent, and can it be to the point to where he's willing to take the pressure off other wide receivers and tight ends to put two people on him so that they can get the ball? I like what Hines Ward did. Terry McLaurin reminds me of Hines Ward, just that he's faster. And I don't know if you paid a whole lot of attention to Hines Ward's career, but he was a hell of a blocker. And that's one of the reasons why Ed Reed got the hell up out of that division and retired, because they would run that ball and he would hit him and knock snot out his face. So, I mean, Terry McLaurin reminds me of Hines Ward with more speed. And I love him. He's willing to do the dirty work. He's willing to do everything outside of being a diva receiver. He wants to do everything to make the team better. So when you're talking about Scary Terry, you're talking about a complete wide receiver. He does what he did last year, and he shows more promise. The NFC East is in trouble. Right. They are in trouble.
Right.
Yes, sir.
But I'm gonna open up to the chat. So we're only gonna do about 10 more minutes.
Yes, sir.
So Pedro has a question. Like I said, this is open to the chat now. Free questions. If you guys have questions, ask them now, because they're only gonna be on. We'll do 5 minutes. We'll just do 5 minutes. Because I got to get back to to the daddy duties and whatnot.
Yes,
so
sir.
We'll do 5 minutes. Pedro, his question says, ask him who he liked better, Kelvin Harmon or Antonio Gandy Golden. So who did you like better, or who do you like?
I can't say Antonio Gandy Golden right now because he hasn't played in the NFL. But if they came out in the same draft, damn, man, it's gonna be tough, man. Because Golden Gandy, he can do a lot of stuff, man. He really can.
Yeah, I like I like Antonio. It's tough. I'm not gonna lie. I do like AGG better. I think Kelvin is better right now, but I think AGG has more potential just because of how tall he is and how lanky he is, how athletic he is, how fast he is. And he's a smart guy. I mean, he bowled a perfect game, did a Rubik's Cube, is a gymnast. He's super athletic. And the stats about the contested the contested catches, I think he led like the NCAA contested catches, something crazy. But he's gonna be a good target for Dwayne Haskins. I can't wait to see him play.
I agree
with us. So DMV Sports Zone, his question is who's gonna man the left tackle spot for us?
If it ain't Sadiq Charles, man, I don't know who it is. I'm gonna stick with the youngster. Yes, sir.
All right, and so Assist Faiz XYT says, so think we will win the division?
It's possible, man. Every year somebody different. It is seriously possible that we can win that division with 9-7 or 8-8.
Rico Pryor said, what game are you most excited for? I was going to ask you that question too. What game are you most excited for this year? I guess other than the NFC East games, what games are you looking forward to?
other than the NFC East games, you already know. Come on, Ed. Trashing those rat birds down there in Baltimore is a goal. That is a goal. I want to hurt them people. I'm tired of them people faking like they like that with that small ass stadium. I want to put them to sleep this year.
And you know what? I'm not gonna say we're gonna win that game because Lamar Jackson is a beast, and I'm rooting for. I like Lamar. I don't like the Ravens, but I do root for Lamar. Because he's a young brother, so I do root for Lamar Jackson. I don't like the ugly purple. I think it's ugly. I think it's disgusting. But in Baltimore, it's just. I live in Baltimore, and the city harbor is nasty. The water's green, and but it's not bad. It's not bad in Baltimore. But yeah, we always, we actually beat the Ravens. We beat them with Kirk Cousins, and we beat them RG3 when they tried. When they injured my man's RG3 on purpose. So we beat we own the Ravens right now. We own the Ravens.
Yes, sir.
So, we might as well win again and beat them 3 times in a row. But it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one. It is.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I think that's all the questions right there. So, but this was fun, man. This was lit, man. Definitely learned a lot from you. I'm happy to hear all the stories back in the 80s and 90s when we won the Super Bowls. I try to watch YouTube. People joke us and say, the VHS. I try to watch as many old stuff as I can. Joe Gibbs and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely, like I said, once a month we're gonna be doing this. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So I can't wait. And not only just talking Redskins, but I can't wait to talk Wizards with you too. I can't wait to talk college.
You rock and load with the Capitals too. You're gonna have to do it all, Ed. The Capitals, the Mystics, United.
Yes,
you got a big fan base here, man. That they crazy, man.
Yes, sir. Nationals too. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Hail to them skins. Thank you guys for joining and watching. Peace.
Peace, brother.